Everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we are going to solve the Finders Keepers challenge from the FreeCodeCamp curriculum. Okay, so if you are here just for the final solution, check in the description below. I will include the timestamp and you can jump straight to the final solution. But if you want to see the approach and the step-by-step way of how we got the final solution, let's get started. Okay, so this is the Finders Keepers challenge. And what we are told to do is to create a function, find element. And what this function is going to do is that it's going to look through an array, which will be given as R. So the R argument will be an array. It's going to look through it and then return the first element in it that passes a truth test. This means that given an element X, the truth test is passed if func X is true. So the second argument of this find element function is a function, okay? And if we give the element, we pass it as an argument to this function here, and it passes the truth test, meaning if it's returned true, then we should return that first element. If no element in the array return true or pass the test, return undefined. So let's see an example here. We have this is an array with 4 items. This is a function, okay? So assuming we give this to this function and it doesn't pass, we move to the next one. If we give this to this function and it passes the test, then we return this value because it's the first item in the array to pass the test or return true for the function. Okay, so like I always do, let's start with pseudocode before we write the actual code. So I'm going to clean this, which is from the previous challenge. I'll say given an array, because that's what we'll be given, an array and a function. That's the argument. Now what do we want to do? We want to loop through the given array. Okay, we'll be given an array, we want to loop through it. Now for each iteration of the loop, what do we want to do? We want to pass the element, okay, the array element, want to pass it as an argument to the function. Okay, so let me explain. So want to loop through this array. Now for each iteration, if here want to pass this as an argument to the function here. Okay, so for example, the first time the loop runs 1, num will be 1. Okay, the second time it runs, num will be 2. Okay. All right. Now, return the first element that passes the truth test. Okay, or return the first element that returns true for the function. Then, if no element passes the truth test, or if no element return true for the function, just return undefined. Okay, so that's it. We solved our challenge with pseudocode. Now let's solve it with an actual code. Okay, so I'm going to clean this and then let's start afresh. Okay, so like I said, we want to loop through the array, so we are going to need a loop. Okay, so loop, we say for let I go to 0. Now say I is less than, we are looping through the array, so I should be less than array dot length. Okay, I plus plus for each iteration. Now we say if func. Okay, so we have the function here. There is a function, and we want to pass into it the current element, so the element of the array. So the first time the loop runs, we pass this one, which is the first element in the array. So it's going to be R0, right? But because we are using a loop, we are using I. I will keep changing after every iteration. We'll say I like this. Okay, if this is equal to true, meaning if it returns true, then just return the item. like so. Okay, yeah. If at the end of the loop, so after the loop is run, if nothing here returns true, then it means no element returns true. So we just return undefined as we are told. So return undefined, like so. Okay, so now let's do a console log of this. Let's see what we get. Okay, as you see, 2 is the first one that returns true for this. Okay, now if I should remove the 2, you see 4 is the first item that returns true, so it returns 4. Now if I should use the 4 and make it 5, that will return undefined, because no item here passes this truth test when given as an argument to this function. Okay, so that's it. Let's run the test and see. Okay, there you go. So that's our final solution. If you came here just for the final solution, this is it. If you also follow through, I hope you appreciate the approach that we used. And if you used a different method of solving it, I would like to see it. Comment it down in the description below. Let me see your method of solving it. All right, so if you have any question too, you can leave it in the comment below. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.